Hey y'all, guess what time it is? It's the Grolic Saves the World time.
All right, the Grolic saves the world.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake while the Grolic saves the world. We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake while the Grolic saves the world. We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake while the Grolic saves the world.
Hey, welcome to the Grolic Saves the World. I'm Andrew Orvidal.
My name is Ben Roy.
I'm Adam Caton Holland, and I'd like to congratulate Andrew on his first starting
Ever
the podcast.
kick
That's
off.
amazing.
Wow.
You crushed it.
I wasn't aware this is what we were doing.
Right.
And I had, as soon as he started talking,
It's like a goat in a
I
grocery store.
instinctively
You just
grabbed the
don't-
rock
You don't recognize it.
beside me and I almost threw it at him.
It does feel a little strange, but
Yeah.
the bottom line is we're in it. Andrew pulled it off.
He did.
The train has left the station.
Yeah.
We're podcasting, dudes.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I don't know what this train is hauling because
Clattering down the
Andrew's
tracks.
It's a Lego train for sure.
So we are here live in, well, not live for you, but we're alive. We're in Commons Park in Denver, often mistaken for Confluence Park, which it is not.
Nope.
Some people might even call it Little Raven Park because it's right
Including
next
you
to
in
Little
an earlier
Raven.
text.
But as we've all learned, it's called Commons Park.
Yep.
So if you hear noise, if there's construction or a lawnmower or a gaggle of segways or someone screaming in a bush,
Or a whole
that's what it
squadron
is.
of fighter jets coming out
Yeah, we
of
just had a squadron of fighter jets
yeah,
roar by.
that did not blow up a crane like we asked it
Mhm.
to do.
And we're right alongside the Platte River, which is one of the mightiest rivers, rivals the Mississippi for sheer
One
force.
of the best places to catch a dirty diaper. If
Yeah,
you're in
so,
the- if
so
you're-
here we are in downtown Denver. Your three
I wanna
favorite
s-
Denver dudes. Are
I
want to
say this though. I like this park. I
like
think
it
this
too.
is a beautiful park, and the skate park is over here. It's always there's always a lot of young people. It's a very
you like
happening
young
park.
people?
Lots of life here. I think it's a cool park.
It's if you want to watch a millennial vape,
I just
this is the park to do it.
Yeah, if you want to.
just come here and watch young people.
If you want to
That's what
take a
we're here for.
snooze and maybe fucking pelican down a half pint of gin, this is also your park.
If you want to just kind of glare at a
That's like the whole
23-year-old.
bottle. Like
Yeah,
if you're pelicaning it, you're
yeah,
just taking the whole thing.
exactly.
Well, anyway, we should get to what we're. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys about a dream that I fucking had.
Oh, I
yeah.
want to hear this.
I dreamed that we three Grolics boys were doing our first show back. We were somebody had booked us. I was aware of COVID in the dream. The three of us were doing a show, and I could not corral either one of you to rehearse an intro at all. And it was like the clock was ticking.
Sounds legit.
I know that's always the case, but we always pull it off. And then, I mean, they're like, "You guys are fucking on," and we had no plan. It was the first, like, we were just gonna straight riff this after 6 months of not
Adam,
doing
this
anything.
is just you're just
and
describing
I knew
the
it
last
was gonna be a disaster.
the last Grolics we did. You're not describing a dream.
I was so full of just fear. And Ben was on the phone, and something else
That
was going
tracks.
good in his career. He was like, kept talking about this show he'd done
well,
in
so this is
Kentucky.
where it delves into dream.
Yeah.
Nothing good has happened with my career.
Well, but Ben was like, "That's going." And we were like, "That's great," but we got to fucking rehearse. Just table that for. And
What was
man,
I doing?
You were just running around like with your head cut off.
yeah. See,
All right,
this is all.
tracks. Are you sure this
Your
was a dream?
dreams suck.
Maybe we
dude.
had a show and we just don't remember it.
You know what? I just had a memory. I confuse dreams and memories.
But I love this because when you fall asleep, you don't go to a place of fantasy and whimsy.
No.
You just go right to another day.
I go to a place of very plausible
Business
fear.
as usual.
That is totally how we operate, and that's a really sad dream, and I'm sorry.
Well, I can't wait to get back on stage with you dudes soon.
Listen,
I can't wait to live that stress nightmare.
Man, oh man, I felt alive. I'll tell you that.
let's stop beating around the cat of nine tails on the shore here at Platt, okay? And
Wow.
let's get
Cattails?
cat of nine tails.
I think
Cat
a cat
of
of nine
nine
tails is a
tails?
whip
Cat of
that
nine
you
tails,
like
aren't
flail
they? What
somebody
those
with.
those things are called with the milky little dicks on the end?
They're
of
called
them?
this is-
cattails.
This is your
A
folksy
cat of nine
Maine-ism.
tails is a flail that you like whip somebody with.
Yeah, I know, but they're named after that. There's a lot of BDSM in the Northeast, so I mean, we pretty much.
I think they're named after
You ever go walking in the
cattails.
wood and get a bunch of French ticklers stuck to your jeans?
Sure, sure. Now the Woods is that goth nightclub downtown, right?
Yeah, I can't seem to find my way out of the woods.
Oh, I
tonight.
got booked to play a gig at the woods once. I was like, you got the wrong dude.
I got
I'll give
ticks at the woods, so we're not going back.
I chop a lot of wood in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Original.
What is
grilled cheese
chopping
glory
wood a
hole.
euphemism for? What does that mean? What does felling trees mean at the woods?
Yeah, no, exactly.
I don't know. Let's figure it out. Let's
No,
walk
no,
this
no.
out.
I mean, this way, I think it's any time that you, a shorter man, bag a guy 6'3" or taller.
That's called felling some wood.
It's felling
All
some
Felling a
wood.
tree, felling a tree.
Felling a tree.
Oh man,
Yeah,
last
yeah.
night timber. Holy shit! I love
Oh
it.
my God! But anyway, let's not beat around the bush. Let's not talk about fictional BDSM clubs in the Northeast anymore.
right.
Let's just get to why we're here because I'm fucking pissed and I want to
Today's
get it over
challenge.
with.
All right, here it is. And
Andrew
this-
Overdahl
I brought it-
initiated challenge.
I brought you. This is one of those challenges where the moment it left my brain, I regretted it. I was like, why? No, fuck this.
Because everybody hates this.
Our
But-
challenge. Well, the beginning of the challenge was let's do something that we hate that we haven't done, just to to
Well,
maybe
yeah,
understand
and
it better. That was how it
ostensibly because
started.
a lot of people do it. There are a lot of people who do it, and these particular things were created for the betterment of our environment.
No,
we
that's-
can all
okay,
agree with
that's not true. Let's tell everybody
Let's
what
tell
we're
everybody
talking
the
about.
challenge and get into that.
Okay.
That is.
It sounds like you're talking about windmills, and that's not what we're talking about.
We're
Our
making
challenge
windmills.
for today, we are going to utilize those e-scooters, the plague upon every modern city, a blight upon the land. Few urban innovations I hate more than those fucking electronic scooters. Today, we're going to ride them, okay?
I
know.
When Andrew texted us, we both were like, yeah, we fucking hate those things too. And we decided it'd be good to try to just go after something we hate, understand why we hate it, and maybe change our opinion on the matter. But I'm not going to change my opinion.
Yeah, no,
I hate them.
I'm going to tell you right now, at the end of this, even if I do enjoy it in the slightest, I will temper my enjoyment
Mhm.
and still fucking hate these things.
Yeah, if I enjoy this challenge, I will not reveal this.
I will
in the
commit
back half.
ritual seppuku on the banks of the Platte. I brought my
Now-
Tonto
Now,
knife.
Ben, I think you're saying that they were designed and started to be a green effort to cut down on traffic.
Exactly,
And I
as a way for
imagine that's
people to
true.
not drive as much, to utilize them as.
I mean, I feel like you're probably right. There was some green innovation.
but can we
But that's
agree?
like saying Facebook was created for the betterment of man. And I'm like, I don't know.
But the bike sharing, I think we can all agree, is great.
Totally.
Bike sharing is awesome. The
Yeah.
only thing they can make it better is to make it free. It should just be free, like the yellow bike system in France.
Yeah.
Right. When the bike sharing system came to Denver, I think it was one of the first cities after Paris, actually, which is weird. I was all about it. It's a great program. I agree it should be free. But the scooters we all fucking hate.
I hate the scooters in both theory and application.
Okay, so why theory?
I hate. They're like a stepping stone toward the future, like in the movie WALL-E, where everyone is just gliding around on these things. They're just like the e-scooters are for able-bodied people. They're not like a relief for disabled people. So if your legs function normally, your ass can get on a kick scooter or a regular fucking bicycle and propel yourself around the city. These things, and also they take electricity to run. Electricity doesn't just magically come out of a tap. It has to
doesn't?
be produced. Oh.
Where the fuck's it coming from?
Listen,
You plug
we
your
already
little-
They have to
talked.
be charged up.
Andrew, we
Electricity
talked
production
about
is
how
the
you weren't
number
going to
one
tell
number one
Adam about where
contributor to
electricity
climate
comes from
change.
today.
Wait, electricity is the number one contributor to climate change? So what's with-
Electricity production is the number one contributor to climate change.
So if you
These
get an electric
e-scooters
car, you're a bad person?
can eat my ass.
Well, there
well,
is
I'm just
a
saying, if you're
question with
if you're driving
electric
car, you're
cars.
not a good person. Let's
There
put it
is
that
a
way.
question with the electric
Andrew's
car.
peeling some layers back on my brain right now, and I like it.
There is a debate over the electric car that you're merely deferring. You're not, obviously, that car isn't spewing out anything, but the power plant that has to generate extra power to
Got it.
power the
Got
vehicle.
it. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the scooter, for me, I'm not on an ideological standpoint.
For
It's
once.
purely,
Yeah, wow. This is it. This is a historic
yeah,
podcast.
this
This
is
is a big-
purely cosmetic for me. I think they
You
look
left the
fucking
soapbox
dumb.
at home?
They look, well, I've been wearing a foundation
Oh,
as of
okay.
late.
I
no.
agree.
Yeah,
They look so
cosmetically,
stupid.
They're a fucking blight on the city.
eyesore
They're
on the
everywhere.
city.
They litter everything. It looks like a gang of giant toddlers abandoned their toys to go inside for a fucking juice
Exactly.
box.
Every
They look like
yard.
shit. They're all over the fucking sidewalk. They clog
Dude,
up the bike paths.
in my
You
neighborhood-
can't ride your bike anywhere because some dumb shit is like zooming around in front of you. I fucking hate them.
And we're not the only ones that feel this way. Online, like on so many social media accounts, there's accounts of like people burning them, people throwing them into the ocean.
I'm like, strip them for wire, melt them down into playground equipment. Fuck these things.
Well, it's funny.
And
driving
Amelia
down
now
here-
hates them as much as I do because I've like ranted about it. So now sometimes when we'll see one, she's like, "Should we knock it over?" And I'm like, "We should, but we're not going to because I still."
When
have
I
be a
used to
good dad."
encounter them walking my dogs, people just leave in the middle of the sidewalk, and I would violently kick them over. And Katie's made me stop because she doesn't want Malcolm to see that behavior. But before the kiddo, anyone I saw, I would just kick it the fuck over.
Not
It's
only
People
that-
it's part of that selfish attitude of like, I zoomed to where I'm going, and now I'll just toddle in and just leave this fucking thing blocking the sidewalk. Sorry if you wanted to walk by. Sorry if you're in a wheelchair trying to get by. Like,
Totally.
they don't
Yeah.
give a fuck. There's no, it's just
a
like
piece
litter.
Of
It's
yeah,
giant
I
litter.
also just want to reiterate. I think you look fucking stupid on them.
Absolutely.
Like this upright weird. When I skateboarded, I fucking hated people who rode scooters. When that Razor scooter fad came along, my son has one now, and I try to keep my mouth shut around him about it. I don't say that you can scoot yourself straight to hell anymore because Crystal said that's inappropriate when Milo's riding it. But skateboarding,
scoot
it's
yourself straight to
well, I just don't like it. I think
Yeah.
they're silly looking. They're useless.
Skateboarding is not a crime, but scootering is a felony.
I mean,
Yes,
at
it
least
is.
a kick scooter,
It's a
an
fashion
unpowered
crime.
kick scooter, you're using human power to do it.
Yeah, it's fine.
We
Whatever.
should have all worn just our tightest khaki pants, like just fat-assed businessmen whipping down the street in these fucking dumb scooters.
I also want to say that I think they serve you other than a backpack, you really can't do like that. Bicycles have a basket. You
Yeah.
could feasibly run errands.
Now they do have scooters with baskets, just FYI.
They do?
Yeah.
Where are they?
There are a bunch of them, and they're made by Razor brand. There's a bunch. We'll probably encounter them on today's challenge. That could be the scooter that you find.
I
friend.
saw a woman riding a scooter recently with a fucking baby and a baby Bjorn
Oh,
around her
man.
chest. Like that poor kid, that had no choice in the matter.
And how
It's
embarrassing
dumb
for
fucking
it.
mom. And how embarrassing for the baby.
That baby doesn't even realize yet how fucking stupid it
Yeah,
looks.
everyone's making fun of it, and they're like, "A baby." on a
I feel like we all agree life is about trying to look cool, and this baby's already fucked. It's
Yeah.
never
It
gonna be cool. It's a
You're
lame
right.
baby.
Whenever I'm riding my bicycle and someone on an electric scooter is coming the opposite way, and we kind of get into that like chicken situation, I'm like, I'll die before I get out of the way. I'll die.
You'll also
You'll
like-
kill me because of the weight of the scooter, but I'll die before I get out of the way. Of
I don't
this
even know
fucking
the
scooter.
rules. Can scooters go in streets? Are they allowed to ride in traffic?
Well, they're supposed to ride the bike lanes.
Yeah, I'm sure they're supposed to not be on the sidewalk. It's illegal to ride your bicycle. on
And
the
that's
sidewalk.
another
I'm
problem
sure
I
it's
have.
illegal
It's
to
that
ride
most
your
of the
scooter.
people who ride them on the fucking sidewalks, but the things do like 30 miles an hour. I've almost hit so many of them because they don't look stable. They kind of swerve around.
And coming off
people.
the sidewalk is the number one best way to get hit by a car. I'll tell you from personal experience, being hit twice, coming off the sidewalk.
You've
on my
been hit
bike.
by a car twice?
Yeah,
Yeah,
3
remember?
times.
Remember when he
Well,
fucked
I
up his-
remember once, but I didn't know it had happened. How many times?
3 times.
Wow. All on a bike, none on a scooter.
No, on a bike.
Well, see,
no, on a
maybe you
scooter. I've also ridden a kick scooter times. No, on my bike.
Maybe the world's telling you to get off that bike and get on one of these electric scooters because you keep getting hit.
I
never
didn't
think about that?
I think the world told me, hey, when you're leaving the sidewalk on your bike, be extra careful because cars aren't looking for you there, but
So
they are
what-
looking for you in the street.
So
Yeah.
what is this challenge then?
Well, I think,
We're gonna strip as many electric scooters as we can and throw them into the fucking Platte.
and whoever at the end of the challenge ends up with the most copper wiring in dollar
is
amount.
buying lunch.
Yeah.
Let's float these things to Omaha straight down the Platte. Let's just put as many as we can in the river and float them out of here.
Let's do this. Let's see, because I've always shit on them as like a needless luxury. Like people are like, no, man, it's another way to get around. It's a way to navigate the city. It's a way you could take them to your public transit. Like, no,
Dude,
bullshit.
Andrew sounds so fucking cool when he does that.
Dude,
shit.
I wish Andrew was that guy.
I want him to be
wish I
that
was
guy
who?
all the
That,
time.
that character you were just
That
playing was
guy
cooler
you're
than
just
you.
doing
Oh,
is so
really?
fucking
We liked
cool.
that dude better
He's
than
cooler
you.
than this normal thing you're doing.
Can you
Damn,
be that
really?
guy for the rest of our friendship?
Yeah, could you be
Yeah,
that
I mean,
guy?
I'll
Just give us more of that guy.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I love this dude.
I love him. What a cool
legend.
guy. This guy's
Taking the scooter to public transit.
Dude, the women are like, you can't see this in the park.
Let's
They're
call
coming
him-
up. They're cresting over the hill.
Let's call him Taylor.
Yeah. Taylor.
What's up, Taylor?
No, I'm not going to be Taylor.
What's the challenge, Taylor?
Let's test out these scooters as viable city transportation
Okay.
and rate them thusly.
So what are the parameters of this challenge?
Okay,
then?
Ron, sound the challenge horn. The parameters are, and correct me if I'm wrong, none of us have any e-scooter apps on our phones because that'd be
We do
filthy
not,
and gross.
because I'm not an asshole.
Great. So we have to start from 0. We don't have any apps on our phones. We have to fetch Dennis the Menace Ron.
Hey, you guys.
Oh, Mr. Wilson.
I was trying to think of Junior Scooter, and my brain said Dennis the Menace.
Okay, Dennis the Menace Ron this episode. Fine.
All right. We have to fetch Ron a beverage from either the 7-Eleven up on 17th by Stout or the Walgreens on the 16th Street Mall and bring it back to him. A beverage that we think he will love, because not only is this a race, Ron will also be judging us on the beverage that he most
okay.
enjoys us bringing
All right.
back.
So
Well, and
How
the
well do you
listeners-
know Ron, and how well do you know what he's currently thirsty for? Ask yourself that.
I always know what Ron's thirsty for.
What is it?
He texts me late at night
Oh,
with
okay.
specific requests.
I'm thirsty.
Chest hair
for-
picks?
Yeah, buddy. People who aren't from Denver, I think we always assume that our
Yeah,
listeners are
let's
from
just-
Denver.
let's just-
Downtown. This is an urban, populated area. We're not going through a neighborhood. This is downtown, big buildings.
In
all
the
that
shit. War zone.
War zone.
Cars everywhere, terrible drivers, distracted drivers.
Yeah.
I was a courier down here for years.
Somebody just died
Yeah,
recently.
racing
the-
on these scooters is
But there's-
not. We don't recommend anyone else do it. Don't get hurt on our account.
There's numerous kinds, though. What? Because I don't even know. There's like
Doesn't matter.
Lyft makes one, right? Lyft's
Yeah.
got one.
Yeah.
There's is Lime
Yeah.
one of them, and then
Bird.
Bird. So we just have to guess which app you think is the most.
And a razor one.
Nah,
so
you
we're in
just-
the middle of
or-
nowhere right now in
or
this park.
You take
so
off.
we'll
and
just
you,
have to like run until we see a scooter.
that's
and
a
then
nice approach.
download the
Yeah.
app.
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it then,
when you
because
see
that's
it.
part of
If
that
you download
time.
the app now, you have no idea what scooter you'll
Right,
encounter.
exactly. I'm
Yeah.
so stupid. I'm so stupid.
You are.
You're
I should have
already
corrected you. We
behind,
should have let
Adam.
Adam
I would have
sit
been
here
sitting
and
here
download
like, I'm
every
downloading
fucking
all
app.
5 idiots.
And your
so
phone
The
crashes.
first person to bring Ron back a beverage wins the race, and
Of-
then whoever brings back the best drink wins kind of
Yeah,
the
they'll get an
sub-prize.
honorable mention, a miscongeniality, if you will. Somebody who really put some thought into the drink. Now, here's the
So
thing.
here's another
the-
caveat.
Yeah.
None of us have backpacks.
No,
I got a
no,
backpack.
we're gonna have to
no,
take it.
did we let Adam use his backpack
I
or
brought
not?
a fucking backpack, so I should be
Well,
punished
I don't
for being
think
more
we
prepared.
should punish him because he came prepared. Because
he's gonna need,
I mean,
he's gonna
if-
need the extra boost anyway. Let's
Yeah.
put
Boy
him in the
Scouts of
backpack.
America. Yeah,
but
I'm
here's
not, I'm
the
gonna fail
thing.
this one.
I want to say this too. The 7-Eleven that we chose on 17th and Stout is a good choice because it's quieter, but it is a block further over, right? But the one on 16th Street Mall, the Walgreens, is a touch closer, but it is bigger, and you're sure to encounter a line, and no guarantee if you leave that scooter outside.
Yeah, it'll be gone. and
That
you're gonna
that
be
scooter's
running
still
around.
gonna be
That's
there
the
when
thing
you
that people
back
forget
up.
about using these as viable transportation.
Here's the
anyone else can grab your viable transportation and leave with it at
Yeah, no
any
shit.
time.
What if you're in a small town and there's one scooter? You're fucked. Here's a disadvantage.
Who's got the scooter today in Cortez?
Well, I think Taylor has it.
You gotta hide it. You like get brush and cover it. Andrew did not think of this disadvantage. Old dipshit over here didn't realize we're in a pandemic. Has no mask currently. It's in his car. You're not getting into that Walgreens. You're not getting into that 7-Eleven.
You gotta get your
and that is a fucking
mask
disadvantage,
first,
bro.
you fucking moron.
My car's super close. I was
Okay,
gonna
cool.
go. My car's parked where I saw scooters. So
Oh, is
fuck
your
you.
car parked on top of a scooter? Because that's where it would have to be as close as where. Because I'm just going straight to a scooter because I brought a mask because I'm considerate.
Can I just say, since we are in a pandemic, I'm excited about getting my hands over a millennial fucking germ trap.
Something that's been used.
Yeah.
you know these are
by a
getting
bunch of people
sanitized.
who are just partying recklessly in these
yeah,
stupid
the kind
condos.
of people who wear masks and are responsible definitely are riding around on these.
I think
fucking
everyone
scooters.
knows 23-year-old fucking
Are you
millennial.
kidding? I'm looking for the one with barf on it. That means it's stable. If a drunk person can navigate that one, that means that those wheels are locked tight. You know what I mean? Somebody that's dizzy and drunk, that's the one you want.
God, this is going to be dangerous.
Well,
I brought my helmet.
I brought my helmet too.
I brought a motorcycle helmet, goggles, and gloves because I'm not scuffing these knuckles unless they're dragging on the ground.
You brought your motorcycle gloves to ride a new
Dude,
scooter?
I'm going to look cool out there.
Sign into Patreon now because I'll be posting those pictures.
I meant dangerous to our reps. What if people see us and recognize us? We Grolix can't take another ding like this.
We just wanted to hide our identity. We're not.
Nah, but I think you're not counting in that we're also getting that fresh Taylor bump right now.
Oh,
and that's
going to
bump
Taylor bump. All right, we can afford another ding.
Yeah, we can take
the Taylor
a little
bump and the scooter ding will level each other out. We'll wind up at the same
Taylor
place.
bump, hashtag Taylor bump, hashtag scooter ding.
Taylor bump is just euphemism for Coke. All right, well, we're going to take a break.
This is the stupidest challenge we've ever done.
Yeah,
I don't like
it's dangerous and we hate it. So our show is evolving.
Hey, I will say this. Maybe we'll come back and we'll say, you know what?
I stand corrected. It was and I'll be puffing on my new vape. I stand corrected. Blowing clouds of apple cinnamon and all of you.
Guys, good news. I got a job doing social media marketing for some shitty company downtown just by riding this thing.
You're right. Who knows? Who knows what the outcome of this challenge will be? And one of us might die, so you should at least stick around to find out who comes back from the big race. So we'll take a quick break. Let's listen to some stand-up comedy.
Let's play a clip from Colorado's own Elon Stribling. It's from our live Grolix show. This dude's so funny. And maybe we'll see you on the other side, ?
Maybe, yeah. If I don't make it back, I just wanted to say thanks for listening.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
I'm enjoying this weather. I'm enjoying this nice streak of weather we have before our next fucking tornado or whatever Colorado decides it wants. Something I like to do before shows, I like to take my dog to the dog park. I took my dog to the dog park today, and there was this guy there, and he was like, "Hey, can I pet your dog?" And I was like, "Absolutely. Just so you know, he likes to lick people. Like, he just loves to lick people." And the guy was like, "Oh, okay." And so the guy reaches down, and my dog licks his hand, and the guy just goes, "Ooh." I was like, "Wilfred, back up." The guy was like, "He's like Border Collie Lab Mix." I was like, "Yeah." He's like 2 years old. I was like, "Yeah, how'd you know that?" He's like, "You could tell how old they are by the way their tongue feels on your skin." And I was like, "All right, so that guy's a serial killer, obviously." There's a Netflix documentary coming out about that guy. And I don't know if you guys know this, but did you know you could just register your dog to be a service dog? Like, it takes like 20 minutes online. Like, you don't have to have the shakes or nothing. Like, it's super... I registered my dog to be a service dog, and I took a road trip down to Texas just to enjoy the nice weather, right? Took a road trip down to Texas. And this hillbilly... Well, I can't say hillbilly. Hillbilly's their word. This hill person... at the hotel was like, "Hey man, you can't have dogs here." And I was like, "No, he's my service, he's my service dog, he's doing me a service." And the guy walks behind the counter, looks at my dog and just goes, "Thank you for your service." I was like, "That's not how that works, dog." Yo, people were buying my dog's drinks. I was like, "Thank you." We saw a real service dog. My dog was like, "Fuck man, don't look. Don't look."
Get out of the trenches of tedious tasks like managing order fulfillment and start growing your business with ShipStation. They'll help increase profitability by automating your workflow with their simple, easy-to-use dashboard. With it, you can pretty much do everything you need to quickly and easily. Update order information, print labels, compare rates, optimize shipments, and even set up automatic delivery notifications. And it doesn't matter where you sell. Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, ShipStation can integrate pretty much anywhere online. Another great thing about ShipStation? They can help reduce costs with industry-leading discounted rates from some of the biggest mail carriers. You might even be able to get up to 89% off USPS and UPS rates. So, make this year your most profitable one yet. Sign up for your free 30-day trial at ShipStation.com and use the code Spotify. That's ShipStation.com with the code Spotify.
All right, we're back. Welcome to the Grolix Saves the World. I'm Taylor. I'm here with Bryden and Conrad.
Oh, dude, I want to be Conrad.
That's perfect. I'm Bryden. Dibs on Bryden.
I feel a little changed.
Yeah,
How do you guys
dude.
feel?
Oh, man, bro.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So freaking good, dude.
Just feeling the
Dude.
the wind in my soul patch. Fuck yeah. All
Can I
right.
just say, it's like, I feel like the world's a little greener because the three of us are like contributing, dude.
Oh my God.
This,
okay, we just did it. We just finished the challenge.
Reset it up for everybody. What
Yes,
the challenge
I will set it up
was.
for everyone. Our challenge was to take an e-scooter through the city of Denver and retrieve a beverage for our producer extraordinaire, Ron Doyle. It was a part race, who could bring it back first, and then there's a little sub-challenge, who brought back the best beverage for Ron.
Yeah, well, we have a saying in
knows?
my house, and it's that sub challenges are for bitches. It's about who won the first real challenge.
Oh, well, I guess that might influence Ron's decision. Malcolm, sub-challenges are for bitches. So we did it, I guess. Do we need to save the suspense? Can we just? Why don't we give them the results and then we'll talk about it? So the winner of the race, by a considerable time, in 24 minutes, Bryden, a.k.a. Adam Caden Holland. 24 minutes. Coming in second at 32 minutes.
Yep.
Ben Roy.
Yeah.
Coming in last, me at 35 minutes.
That's a nail biter between you two. 32
It was,
and 35.
I cannot believe that Ben beat me. So once we took off running in the park, first of all, can I just say, I think of you both being in very good shape. I know you both exercise a lot. Your running form is pretty hilarious.
We were shambling. For
We were
comedic
shambling.
effect.
And also, let me say this. I had a helmet in my hand
Yep.
and I'm wearing tight pants.
I had
All
too
right.
much going on.
Well,
I had a phone, keys.
We ran by two guys under a tree, and they were laughing at all of us. They watched you two go by. Ben went the wrong way. I had to go the wrong way to get my mask out of my car. Ben also went the wrong way.
No, okay, so here's the thing. There was no wrong way. I came from that direction and noticed that there were quite a few scooters.
Ben forgot
parked.
that there are also quite a few scooters in every direction
Everywhere. We're in
because they are a
downtown Denver,
plague
Colorado.
upon
Now,
the city.
that was an oversight on
you
my
could have
part.
just walked 10 feet in any direction.
Well, that's funny because Ben and I were shamble jogging for comedic effect, and we were going the exact same course. And then Ben veered right, and I said, "Huh, interesting choice."
Exact opposite
I
direction.
veered left and fell into 25 scooters.
Yeah.
Immediately, they were right there.
That was a huge advantage. So
that made the difference.
I had to
ran
run
by
across
Ben.
a bridge,
I
which
expected to
which
see-
he's making fun of my running form. I smoked Andrew. I was at
I
my
wasn't
spot.
running.
Yeah, but I still smoked you. And I got to my bench. I sat down at my bench to start working on the app, and dick shit over here, Tyler, comes running up,
What can I say, dude? It's my personal style.
grabs my phone, and tries to get a hold of my phone while I'm
we
downloading
didn't
the
say
app.
anything about cheating or taking things away from people.
Okay, so
Tyler
then
did
I,
that, bro?
yeah, Tyler,
That's not a
bro,
character for Tyler.
Tyler did this. So then
What can I say,
I
dude? I'm a
wrestled my
rascal.
phone away from him, and I had my wallet out. Old Tyler here, Andrew, aka Andrew, proceeds to empty the contents of my wallet out. He shakes them out, throws my wallet into the bush, grabs my helmet, and runs it to the end of the
Wow.
street. So
Nice. And-
strike one as to why I was 8 minutes after you,
And
Andrew. Adam,
and still loses
I
by
have a
3
very
minutes.
bad video of this happening. So I had to go all the way back to my car. I had to get my mask. But then I got right on a scooter and I zoomed right by Ben. Ben still wasn't on a scooter.
No, okay, so here's
and
what
I,
happened.
I zipped by him.
I had to put the contents of my wallet back in, and when
right,
he was
agree.
Dude,
messing,
he's 6 out of 8 on the Jersey Mike's free sub. You don't just let that float down the street.
so anyway, so he grabbed. Also, what he did, unbeknownst to Andrew, was that he canceled my download, which was almost done of the app. In the process,
purpose of that just happened.
So I,
No, I had no idea. I just
because
I
he
was
was,
gonna
you
throw
were
his
trying to
phone into a
wrestle my
bush.
phone.
That's so great.
And so he stopped it, so I had to restart it. And then as I'm looking down and it's starting to go and I'm fidgeting, putting my card in, I hear him go like, "Later, dweeb," as he goes by me.
You're a
and he
legend,
takes off.
Tyler.
I can't believe though. Ben still pulled up. He beat me by 3 minutes.
But anyway,
He went
wait
to
till
a
you
closer-
how was your ride? I mean, how was the overall performance of the machine? How was
I got on
everybody's
there,
ride?
no clue what I'm doing. Kind of jerked a little bit out the gates, but it's very easy.
You jerked a
quickly,
little right
yeah,
out of the
jerked
gates?
a quick one out the gates, Tyler style.
I mean, I know they're for creeps, but Jesus.
That's what happens if you get a concierge. They're like, "Do you want your scooter Tyler style?"
Yeah, I
Jerked
learned
or
from the best. So
unjerked?
jerked a quick one, still smoked you dweebs. No, I was herky jerky, and then I quickly got it. And then I was like, I don't care about the etiquette or the rules of the road.
It changes you that fast.
I'm doing I'm doing a challenge. So I'm just ripping on the sidewalk. Went down 15th, got on the 16th Street Mall, ripping up the 16th Street Mall. Just doing it, dudes. I didn't have time to waste.
I got on mine. Again, I'd never ridden one either. So I was like, I'm going to just test this out real quick before I take it into the street. And immediately almost drove into a patio umbrella and probably blinded myself for life. I was like, holy shit. All right, I'm a little higher off the ground now. But I obeyed the rules all the way to the 7-Eleven. I was blowing people's minds. I was stopping at stop signs.
I knew you would.
I was waiting for people to walk by me. I went to this elevator and I waited for an old woman to get on and off before me. She couldn't believe what was happening. She couldn't believe that someone with a scooter was doing this.
Because it's not a Tyler move.
Tyler's a real enigma. He'll get down and dirty cheating out the gates, but then respects the rules.
But then on the way back, I rode. I was like, it is a challenge and I would like to do well. So yes, I rode courier style back.
I
style the whole
straight out
time.
the gate after you left, I was like, they're both ahead of me because Adam must have known something. He went in a direction, and once I got to my scooter,
So you
going
put yours in the
opposite-
back of a pickup truck and got a ride.
Adam, I was like, shit, there's probably scooters right over there on Little Raven or whatever that
Yep,
street
totally.
is. So I hopped on it, and from the get-go, I was every scooter rider that you fucking hate.
Mm-hmm.
I almost ran a woman and her dog off the trail.
Oh
I was like, on your left, but I'm only like 3 feet behind when I start warning people. I went through the grass, I hopped it off a curb, and I went straight down the middle of the road on 15th.
Wow.
I just was like, screw it.
I stayed on the sidewalk going under that bridge on 15th. That's so fun, just going down and then up. And then I cut on the 16th Street Mall, and that's where I got reckless. I was going by a cop. I was in the area where the buses go.
Yeah, you can't ride them on the 60th Mall
No
or
one
park
else.
them.
No one else was doing that. There were very much other riders on the 16th Street Mall, but nobody was in the street like I was.
Oh, you
So
were
I
aware
was
of the bus
Yeah, the
goes.
bus
I was
is
in the
coming
bus
down.
Bus lane.
I was looking behind me. It was 3 blocks away. I was like, all right, I'll go for a block, and then that's how I made it so much time.
And then, so
experience-wise,
Wait, I want to know about the going and getting
yeah,
the drink
so
going into
the store.
yeah.
I will say that I felt very provincial of my scooter, like a horse outside the saloon.
Yes.
And I did not want someone to take my scooter.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, here's how provincial I felt. I tried to end it, and it's like you're not at a dock. You need to dock it at a proper place. So I couldn't end the ride. And then it said, the dock's
What
70,
brand did you
70
have?
I got a Bird.
Oh, I had a lift.
And it said
And I
the
had a
dock's
Razor.
70 feet away. And so I started going, and I was going the wrong way. It's like 80 feet, 90 feet. And I was like, fuck this, there's no time. So I just put it against the Walgreens and left it running.
Somebody
could have taken it.
on.
Well,
And it'd still be charging
Port
me.
of
epic ride of
parliamentary
their life.
procedure,
Right.
someone did hop on my still running
Oh, really?
scooter because I stopped on the 16th Street Mall, went in. I tried to grab Ron beer first.
Were you
Now,
at Walgreens?
I was at 7-Eleven.
Okay.
At 16th and Champa. Walked in. The woman was very angry behind the counter because the credit card machine wasn't working. So she immediately barked when I came in.
And there's
No credit card
there's
machine.
No
and I was
coins.
like, I got cash. I went back, grabbed Ron a large Tecate because I thought that would have cooled the day off. Muy bueno.
Nice summer beer. dude.
Yeah.
We're here Riverside.
Yeah.
Can I just say a thing about Tecate for a minute?
Yes,
When you're
please.
chilling Riverside with some tight bros, Tyler,
Braden, Conrad, the
Braden,
owner of a hotel chain, apparently.
winding down the final days of some, crack a Tecate before noon.
not getting
Especially
paid for
if you've been tight, quar, dude.
You've been quar for a while.
Yeah, and if you keep your quar
Pull your
tight
mask
like
down,
we do,
dude.
bro,
It doesn't. Who gives a fuck, dude? Beer kills it.
Dude,
Okay. Drink up.
Tecate, the official beer of tight bros casting by the river.
Anywho, so I went in, I grabbed my Cate, I grabbed my pint of Ben and Jerry's for him. I walk up to the counter, just a dude trying to get a cool beer and a nice ice cream.
Sure, bruh.
And she's like, we're not selling beer because of the credit card machine, something to do with that. And I was like, fine, fuck it. I'll just grab him an energy drink. So that's what I went back. I got him
Kid beer.
Yeah, a kid beer. I got him
beer
some,
for kids.
something though top notch with some quality BCAAs.
Dope.
What did
You
you
know?
get him?
Yeah. What did I get you?
Is it
What's
Rain?
called?
Rain.
R-E-I-G-N, Rain.
Yeah. Rain. And so I got him that. I went up. I was paying. I look out the window. Some mall rat dude, fully grown mall rat guy, gets on my scooter that's still running.
Oh my god!
And he starts riding it off.
Jason Lee from the movie Mallrats?
Yeah,
Wow.
dude. It was great. No, it was Ben Affleck's
Oh, yeah. I
character.
remember that character.
The guy
Holy
from
shit, did
Fashionable
you-
Male Asshole.
What did you do?
No, so anyway,
What?
It's right as I'm finishing up, he takes off past the window, but it's still running because I wanted to keep it going.
Yeah.
So it's going on the
you
app.
pulled my move.
Yeah.
So he gets
Trusted
about
society.
almost a block away. He's almost at the end of the block, and I hit end ride, and the wheels lock up on it. And the thing stops. He gets off and just drops it right on the side of the thing. So then I run up and I grab it. And I grab it because I've already developed
say
a
anything to
bond
him?
with it.
Yeah,
No,
it's-
I mean, I'm not going to get stabbed over this. You know what I mean?
But you do develop a bond with your scoot. It's
Yeah,
your
you
trusted
get,
steed.
dude, you got to get on your skeet and bond with it. And so that thing was like
Gotta
my
bond with your
legs,
skeet.
bro. By the end of this thing was like my legs,
Yeah.
man. And so I ran up, I grabbed it, and then I scanned the barcode again, and it said, "This one's finishing up a ride. You have to wait 2 minutes." So I had to
2
stand
minutes?
there, restart it, and then I took off again. And I
Wow.
fucking gnarred those sidewalks. At that point, I was like, all
Nard.
bets are off, bro. And I went full tie-tie down those streets.
I was going down the 60th Street Mall on the way back, full courier steez. And then I was like, well, I want to cut over to the 15th Street Bridge because I don't know what's ahead. I know the path I took. I don't know if 16 is going to go all the way through. So I cut down the sidewalk, and I'm going down the sidewalk, and a patio umbrella just dings off my head. If I didn't have a helmet, that would have cut me or fucked me up. But I was like, whatever, just still going.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah, so the helmet was clutch in that situation.
Yeah, holy
I love that you
shit.
spun that umbrella like a top and just kept going.
The people
Wasn't that True
having
TV's
brunch
Adam
were
Caton
pretty
Holland?
pissed. Yeah.
Later, fuckers.
But the funny thing is that I don't know about yours, but the Razor scooter one, the throttle was weird. Like,
Mine was a thumb switch.
yeah, mine was
Yeah.
a thumb
Yeah.
switch, but if I came to a stop, it was a pain in the butt to get it start going. I'd have to sometimes like keep toggling it up and down. to
What
get
I
it-
had that problem.
Mine
What
you
I
had to
figured out is
kick
you gotta skip a few steps.
Yeah.
You gotta
Kick it.
self-start it. Like
Yeah, I
like
did
a, like
that,
a
but it
non-motorized
wouldn't
scooter.
catch at first.
Uh.
And so then I'd have to do it, and it was pissing me off, and I'd be swearing at it. Of course, I'm wearing a full, like a motorcycle helmet with gloves.
I was glad I was wearing my mask because I was like, at least no one will recognize
I had
me
the same
out
thought.
here.
I took a photo of me in Walgreens and I looked like a bike messenger, and I was like, oh, no one knows that this is me. This is great.
And I was like, well, if anyone sees me, I'll just tell them I'm doing this for the podcast. And I was like, oh, it gets even worse. We've truly become the villains in this episode, riding e-scooters for our podcast.
For real. What is worse than that?
So what did you think? Was the fun factor for you?
I had fun. I mean, going down hills was fun. So part of the 16th Street Mall is very old cobblestoney. Not fun. Not fun in the least.
Yep.
And anytime you went over like a drain or something on the sidewalk, it'd be like thunk, and it would echo
yeah,
across
the frame
block.
is very rigid. On
Yeah,
this.
and you that's why you're like, oh, I should not be riding on the
Yeah,
sidewalk
the
for a
real
reason.
loser of this challenge was the city of Denver. What the fuck is going on with 17th Street? The whole street was under construction. I saw
Yeah.
one construction crew on one block of the street. They've got that
Oh,
shit closed
no.
down.
Well,
Do not
sometimes you
get
gotta lay
Tyler
out some
started.
Cones. You know those cones they collect condensation while in the garage. You got to put them out on the street to dry.
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
that's what.
Well,
I
every one of
thought
them's
it was
jockeying
fun-
for the stop
It
sign
was
job.
more fun than walking. Granted, I expected that. It was not.
That should be the slogan. More fun than walking.
Yeah, as you might expect.
Like parkour.
But it was not more fun than riding my bicycle. I was like, riding a bike is so much better than this. And also, I would have smoked this challenge on my bike
Oh, wow.
easily.
You didn't, though. You got third, dead last instead.
Well,
So I
Um,
think we should.
Ron and I
that-
were talking about this because we had so much time for you guys
God, I
to
hate you
arrive,
so much.
waiting. And I was thinking, would I do this again? No, never. But the one exception is for tourism purposes. Because I was talking about like being in downtown Minnesota one time back when we had careers and lives. And I was just walking around and I wanted to see stuff. And it was far away. And I passed one of these scooters and I thought about it. I was like, I could cover more ground on this thing. But then I was like, no, it's so douchey. And then I just walked and wound up seeing less. So like from a tourism perspective on the road doing comedy, if I want to like see shit around a city, I might hop on one of
Right.
these
So
things.
you're
Take the
saying
city
if you
bus
wanted,
when I'm in a new city.
if
But that's
you wanted
harder and
some
gonna take more
expedience
time.
in seeing the city, you've got a short amount of time. You want to cover as much ground as possible.
Right, totally.
Also, it
That's what I
was
would use it for.
So expensive. Running an errand for Ron to get him a beverage cost me $32.
What? Really?
Yes.
Mine was 10.
Mine
whole
cost me.
thing?
Let's look.
Maybe 10 each way.
Mine cost me, I
Maybe
think
10
like
each way.
$17, but that was with the homeless man's excursion on it, a block away, and then retrieving it.
Yours was 17 total?
Yeah.
Are you sure that wasn't just one way?
No, that was total.
Wow.
Well,
I'm gonna have to do the math
Lyft
on this.
Pay
We'll get
a
back.
premium. Yeah, mine was 32.
Damn, dude, that's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a downside.
I mean, I can honestly say I hate them more now than I did before. I felt gross on
Yeah.
them. Whenever I passed anybody, there was this. I don't know how many sorries I've scattered
Oh, yeah,
across
me too.
downtown. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
And
I'm
I was just
sorry.
like
I'm so
shaking my
sorry.
head at myself.
Yeah,
like, no, I don't even like
I
being on
don't
this.
like this. I don't like how I look. I don't like how I feel. I apologize. People would jeer at me. They were like I got a couple like people shaking their head at
yeah,
me.
I do it all the
and
time.
I was in traffic.
Yeah.
I was going up 17th in traffic, and I was like, I am everything I hate right now. These cars behind me have to go around me. I was like, ugh.
That rigid posture, sucking your butt in, like just taking it,
sucking your butt in.
dick forward, just presenting, peacocking down
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mall.
Down 17th.
There were a couple resplendent male birds riding
Yeah, I have
scooters today.
no desire to ever get on one. Again.
No, I think they're clumsy. I found it a clumsy way of getting around. It was not
It just made me miss my bike. I was like,
that easy. I thought it would be a lot. Yeah, I'm like, at least the actual app, I will say, was pretty quick. I mean, once I
got on.
I got it on it.
Mine was easy.
Once I had retrieved all my stuff from the bushes.
I mean, that's a hazard of these scooters that people hate you so much they will take your shit and throw it in a bush.
yeah, but
So-
that was you, and I don't think. Yeah,
but that's something that I'll do.
I was a monster on that scooter. I don't like what it turned me into at all.
no. I stopped when I was like, oh, well, I've got to go somewhere. I can ride anywhere I want.
Exactly.
I did do a sweet jump off a curb. And no one was there to. Oh, I mean, I popped a little, like, I got a
Serious
little
there?
lift
Both-
off it.
yeah, both wheels
And
off
then
the
when
curb?
I came in, which people are going to have to watch
I saw,
Patreon, I landed that bird right here in the grass.
Wow.
But I ghost
cool.
rode that whip.
Wow.
I ghost rode it
Yeah,
almost to the
it
river.
kept going. It then ran off. So it was great.
But
I,
overall, I think they're pieces of shit.
Yeah,
and I'm
I
not
don't think it's
into it.
changed my attitude. Although I said earlier, I will probably maybe use it in a new city.
But I don't know. And this strikes to the heart of why I hate them so much as well. I don't know if you ran into this. I came back via 20th because of construction I got caught in. And I came down 20th and I went under the bridge over here.
Uh-huh.
And it was a slalom of dead scooters. Just people they don't stand them up. They're all just laying
Yeah.
flat. There was like 4 of them in the middle of this beautiful walkway, like underneath that bridge.
They're fucking everywhere.
They're just trashed, like all
yeah,
sides.
no, for sure, it's
Luxury
detritus.
trash all over the ground. Okay, let's get to the important thing, the sub challenge.
Nope. I want to relish the main challenge for a little bit longer. And I'd like to point out how nice it feels to win one finally. And I think it's
Yeah, when I got back, Adam was like, great challenge, man.
I think it's emblematic of how I'm better at surviving in a rugged, gritty existence. Like you guys excel at these domesticated, fancy cake challenges at home. Yeah, be cozy and eat your cakes. But when you're out there in the street having to get a task fucking done
On your
and
e-scooter.
quickly and efficiently in a new situation, ACH for the one.
What did you bring, Ron? A Pellegrino?
ACH stands for adapt, careen, and something
holler.
else that I gave it.
Dad, Kareen, and Holler. Totally.
What'd you bring him, Adam?
I brought him a Pellegrino because I did what I do with Malcolm. I thought, what would I like? When I was like, what should I feed Malcolm? I was like, well, what would I want to eat?
Is that
And then
why
I just
Malcolm
give him
has so
some of
many
that.
IPAs?
Stop it. And so I was like, I'd like a Pellegrino. I'm parched. I'd just like a sparkling water. So I got one for Ron. Then I got back and I was even more parched. So I said, Ron, we're splitting this Pellegrino.
Wait. So you
What
brought
an
Ron,
asshole.
you brought Ron half a
I didn't
Pellegrino?
germ it up. I poured it into my empty water bottle.
Yeah, but it's
and then I
still
gave
you
Ron
brought him
the
half a drink.
I brought him
So
ha-
as far as I'm concerned, he didn't complete the challenge.
I'm not
agree
about
with you, and I don't even think he won the
sub-challenges.
race because he didn't even bring back a full beverage.
Not about. I did bring back a full beverage. Then I
That's a new
split it.
piece, piece
Well,
of
does
merch
Ron
for
have a full beverage? No, he doesn't. So
Yeah.
you didn't bring
That
him
is
a
a
full
new
new
beverage.
piece of merch is Adam's face, and it just says, "I'm not about sub challenges."
It's going to divide the listeners because I'm sure there's a bunch of idiots out there who listen to this that love these little dipshit sub challenges. but ACH is not about the sub-challenge.
He adapts. He careens.
He hollers.
Wow.
All right, Andrew, what'd you bring,
Well,
Ron?
I know Ron likes choices. Ron never takes me up on caffeinated beverages when he comes over, so I was like, I'm not going to get him anything with caffeine in it like an idiot might. So I got him a coconut water, a pressed coconut water, and I got him a caffeine-free hibiscus iced tea, you know?
Well,
and then
I
I got him. I was like, I would drink either one of these things. But you know what? Because I like Ron so much, I gave them both to him full and unopened.
Oh, you should have taken half.
I wish I had known that before I brought Ron all caffeine in the form of an energy drink, a Rain energy drink. But I got it for. I
Ron
want you
is
to
not
know,
even
Ron, I
an
got
MMA
it for
fighter,
you.
so it's weird that you made that mistake.
Well, I got it for him mostly for the amino acids because
he's
that's
looking a
what
little-
sold me the blockchain aminos on the top of the
I get it.
can. And then I brought you. Who doesn't want an ice cream when casting with your boys?
Casting Creekside.
Yeah, with no
Creekside,
spoon. You
Nick
brought him. You brought him
Farquhar.
a pint of ice
And
cream, but no
he's
spoon.
been eating it with the lid, and I want you to know that. Listen, I know he eats healthy, so that's why I got him the healthy stuff. There's just a paltry 1,000 calories.
Also, Ben said he
in
got
this
him Ben and
cheesesteak.
Jerry's, and he got him store brand. That's how
Yes,
much he
I
thinks
did
of
not,
Ron.
but that is Ben and Jerry's. They just changed the carton. That's it. When you buy a brand name, you just
Here we
buy
go with
the
this
name.
fucking
Oh my
No, I'm
QAnon
just saying,
shit. Here we
if you're
go.
Talking about
Here we go with
you
this
brought it up. You brought the
conspiracy.
name.
It
that
goes
I-
back to his Maine upbringing.
The
They hate
product
Vermont.
inside's
Vermont's
the
more
same.
successful than Maine.
It's the same.
and Maine never had an export like Ben and Jerry's.
It's
Your parents told you that so you'd quit
the
asking
product
for the good
inside
shit.
is the same. I'm not.
Everyone in
talking about
Maine
it
is a
anymore.
fucking B&J denier.
Well, they're from
Which-
Vermont, so
That's what I'm
whatever,
saying.
You know, fucking.
Well,
Anyway,
so okay, sub-challenge, Ron, who wins? And just
just hold it up.
okay, Andrew's hibiscus iced tea wins the sub-challenge. Wow, congratulations.
Oh,
The
it's a
ice tea,
split.
but also the ice
it's
cream.
a tie. The ice cream.
Interesting.
Oh, my non-Ben and Jerry's type.
It wasn't a beverage. It shouldn't even count. The goal was to bring you back
I
a beverage.
did bring him a
I could have brought you
beverage. You
back a
didn't pick a
fucking sub
beverage.
sandwich. The thing was to bring you back a beverage.
Well, again, I don't care because I am not about sub-challenges. I'm about winning actual
and I'm glad I
challenges.
lost because I hate this challenge.
Good.
and I
I'm
hate
glad
the
that you're glad
scooters.
that you lost.
Listen, I think it's fair to say that we all learned absolutely nothing from this challenge. The big takeaway is these scooters are a piece of shit and they're a detriment to our already
Mine's
ailing
already in the
society.
river.
And if you get a chance, melt them down
Yep.
and make kids
Stripper
at
for wire.
playgrounds
Smelt them down. That's the chant.
and make them and make playgrounds out of them is what I understand.
Yeah, swords, playground equipment, something better.
Something for the kids.
Or just float them down the Platte. Make it Omaha's problem. Who gives a shit?
Anyway, why don't we do this? Why don't we take a quick break and listen to some more stand-up comedy from our live show?
Very excited to play this next clip. This guy, you know what? He's a friend of the pod and just a great comedian, great guy all around. You may know him from All Fantasy Everything. This is some stand-up comedy from Ian Carmel.
And when we come back after the break, we'll hit you with our next episode's challenge.
Everything ends, right? Everything ends. Relationships end. All the best things in life end. All those pimp my ride cars are still out there somewhere, not being cool anymore, you know? They're all out there still. All those pimp my ride cars, those still exist in the world. There were like 6 months where those were the fucking coolest things in the world. And then reality hits home, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, you have a broken panini press right there in the middle of your car. What the fuck are you gonna do? For 6 months, you were the fucking king of the world, driving around a Tangelo Toyota Celica, right? Like, just picking your friends up, like, cool, where are we gonna go eat? Right here. Like, but then it's fucking 3 years later, you gotta pick somebody up from the airport. Where do I put my luggage? Put it in the fish tank that hasn't had a fish in it for fucking 5 years. Go. They need a news show. They need a show where Exhibit unpimps rides, where he like goes back and finds all those cars and like fixes what they did to them. You know, like, he's like, yo, what's up, dog? About 10 years ago, we took your Scion and put a bowling alley in it. And 7 GameCubes and a fully functioning Orange Julius. All right. But we understand that you're a middle manager at a Kohl's and you can't be seen driving that thing. So we just paid for 6 months of a lease on a new Mitsubishi for you. You've officially been reality, dog. All right.
And we are back from the break. What an episode. What an adventure.
That was so fun.
I just wanted to plug something real quick. I have a Dungeons & Dragons show I do with some other funny comedians. It's called Better Than Heroes. It's every Monday night on Twitch at 7:00 p.m. You can check it out at twitch.tv/betterthanheroes. Get in there. Check it out. It's a ton of fun. Also, we have a Patreon. We have a lot of these challenges generate bonus content, including this one that we just recorded. And on our off weeks, we like to dump that bonus content on Patreon.
Off week dumper.
As we call it. And there is a rich archive of bonus content on there. We have the grilled cheese glory hole video. We have some jujitsu videos from that challenge, all kinds of stuff on there if you want to check that out. We totally appreciate your support if you're already backing us on Patreon, and your support actually enables us to do crazier challenge like this e-scooter debacle. And the more support we get, the crazier stuff we'll do. You want to see us in that great white shark cage off the coast of South Africa? Well,
No, I don't want to do that.
start backing, baby. I mean,
You want to see us leap
you just
these
heard what Ben said.
e-scooters off the fucking bridge over the highway?
Also, we want to start shouting out some of the lesser known communities that enjoy the Grolix Saves the World. And to kick it off, one of the least known communities and biggest surprises to us, Finland. We were the number 2 comedy podcast in Finland. So if you're listening to this in Finland right now, we see you and you rule. Thank you for listening to our show.
Ron gives us
Taking
all
a
this
break
data.
from whatever dark ritual you've been doing in the woods to check us out.
We couldn't
That,
believe
is so
Finland
cool.
is listening to our shit, and Andrew and I, we've both wanted to
Finland's
tour Finland
like top
forever.
on my list. I want to visit. So
yeah,
book
if
us
you-
in Finland.
If those of you listening in Finland, keep telling your Finnish friends, spread the word, make us like a weird cult phenomenon in Finland. And I think I speak for the whole Grolix when I say Kiitos to you for listening to us. Huh? How about that, guys?
Oh, what does ketos mean?
It's a diet.
It's thank you in Finnish. I did a little research, but we
Well-
appreciate it, and we'll see you over there someday.
For the rest of you people all around the globe that aren't currently listening, because there are quite a few of you, you can also listen and subscribe to this podcast for free anywhere that you download any of your content. Also, if you go on to iTunes or Spotify or Pandora, you use it anywhere there, please rate and review, share the podcast. That means a lot to us. Also, follow us on Twitter at Grolix Comedy. And reach out, send stuff related to the episode. You know, if you're doing one of these challenges, like you rented one of these e-scooters to do an errand for your overly aggressive producer, okay, to get him a snack or something like that, why don't you go ahead, reach out to us, tell us how it worked for you. We love hearing from you all.
And while we're on that subject, we couldn't do any of this without our scooter mechanic trainee, Ron Doyle, our producer. He's not all the way there, but he's shadowing a guy.
Quickly on.
And he's learned it.
Ice cream drinking producer Ron Doyle.
He'll be up to full scooter mechanic within the year. I'm confident in him. Thank you, Ron, for all your help.
Yep. And as always, our theme music is brought to you by the amazing Charlie Continental.
All right, so what's next episode's challenge?
Yeah, okay, so I was thinking about this, and listen, okay, so we've done a challenge that makes me uncomfortable, that makes you uncomfortable, that makes
Check.
Adam uncomfortable, yeah. So I've got an idea. Why don't we do a challenge that makes everyone uncomfortable? All of our listeners, let's talk and
Nudity?
and really
We're going full nude?
oh, baby.
Oh.
Not the full Monty, but you're close. But in the meantime, why don't we do this? My favorite part of the show. I think you both know it. I think you love when I do this.
What's
At
that,
the
Ben?
end of every episode, I love to say, play us out, Charlie.